Hi, Rashid Kapadia here with a description of one of my talks called Feedback for Growth. Well-intentioned feedback is a fuel for growth. Insightful and expert feedback is a building block on the road to mastery. And frequent and candid feedback is a formula for creating a culture of feedback where giving feedback feels normal and routine. In this talk, I discuss three methods of providing feedback. I call them mild, medium, and hot, and each has different applications and different strengths. The mild method is modeled on a Toastmasters evaluation model, which is gentle. It has one or two suggestions for improvement, and it is sandwiched between some praise and some encouragement. Despite its apparent mild nature, please don't be misled. It has been supremely successful for decades. It is an excellent formula, a very good way for all of us to start. Acquiring skill and expertise at giving this form of feedback is deeply appreciated by others around you. The second form, which is feedback for mastery, a good way to appreciate this would be to imagine that you're paying me a lot of money to give you feedback. I'm an expert. This time you don't want praise and encouragement. We want to focus on what will help us to improve. This, I'd say, is modeled after Anders Ericsson, one of the world's greatest experts on expertise, and his work and the 10,000 hour rule, where the insight is that all experts are made, and they're made because they practice a lot, but it is a form of practice in which feedback is built. So every next round of practice has a focus area. This is what we want to focus on to improve. That's the second way. We'll call it medium. And the hot is candid. It's frequently intense. The best example is the after action review, or AAR, utilized by the military after Vietnam War. It's supposed to have transformed the military. After every task or actual exercise or activity, everyone is required to come together, ranks are abandoned, and we ask, was the mission accomplished? Did the soldier accomplish his mission? Did the unit accomplish his mission? Did the leader accomplish their mission? Feedback must be candid and honest. It's not about praising or giving fault, it's about finding ways to improve and do better next time. A similar approach was used in a Harvard Business Review article that I read, and I'll discuss that case study too. Very impressive. A whole bunch of ex-prisoners have formed a company, a transportation company, and it has become very successful because they give each other feedback under certain rules routinely and regularly. Very powerful. Now, to validate the approach, I may, time permitting, put in a couple of video clips of some truly famous and masterful people who, no matter how far they go, they constantly look for feedback because they know it gets better. And if they seek feedback, there is no reason why we shouldn't. It reminds us that feedback is for everyone, for everyone. So the audience will also be asked to participate. I may ask you, give me feedback. In fact, I will ask you if time permits, because I'm always seeking feedback. I might ask you to give each other. Were you all a good audience? Were you all paying attention? Were you all distracted? What can we do to make the meeting better next time? We can't do the AAR for the audience, but it is a good practice for event organizers to do this immediately after the meeting. Did we accomplish the meeting? So if we can build in a practical version of it, that would be excellent. Now, mention three key takeaways. The frequency of feedback is more important than the eloquence or the skill of the person giving feedback. And the intention with which feedback is provided is more important than the eloquence or skill of the person giving feedback. Finally, feedback that is sought is far more effective than feedback that is enforced. This is a brief summary of my talk, Feedback for Growth, and I'd love to discuss with event planners, with companies, how we can bring this talk, or even a longer version, to your organizations, your companies, your audiences, to better serve them. I'm Rashid Kapadia with my summary of my talk, Feedback for Growth. Thank you.